How is everyone? This is Rich, Gaming is Still Life, and today I want to do Discovering Space 2. Now, I originally got this on Steam, and the funny thing is that it played fine on the Odyssey. On the Oculus Rift, it played fine, but when I played it on my Samsung Odyssey, it had a problem where I could hear everything fine, and I could see stars in the background, and like I was moving through space, but I wasn't seeing any of the images that was rendered by the program, which is a weird glitch that was common to Windows Mixed Reality. So I returned the game, and then I got this off of the Oculus store. So I'm gonna play it through Revive with the Samsung Odyssey, through Revive, and see, because I heard that it does work doing it this method. So this is a game that you can play sitting down. So we're gonna try it that way. So let's check this out. Alright, welcome everybody. I hope this works because it did not work on Steam, but I saw that on Reddit. It says 4% loading. Alright, 5%, 9%. 10%. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing right now? Yeah. So, wow. Okay, so I am on this.
Welcome. We are about to embark on a fascinating journey around the planet that we call home, Earth,
Cool.
and its moon, a natural satellite that has enthralled and captivated mankind since the beginning of time.
Yes.
Directly ahead is the small crescent of the moon. To the left you can see the Earth, and to the right you can see the bright sun.
Alright.
Let's dim the
Looks
cockpit
good.
lights a little to get a clearer view.
Bye.
Remember that you have a full 360-degree view around the entire ship, and I invite you to look around to take as much in as possible. Presently, we are 180,000 kilometers from Earth. We will make a short powered orbit of the Earth before visiting the far side of the moon.
It's where I can't.
The Earth is seen as a thin crescent. The dark side is completely covered by the Pacific Ocean.
HUD. Oh.
As the crescent becomes more slender, the predominant feature is the backlit layer of atmosphere. As well as providing the air that we breathe, this atmosphere protects us from the cold and harshness of space.
The system, when I move closer,
Without this atmosphere,
if you don't
the
go
Earth
into
would
the
be a
cliff
frozen,
house,
lifeless
a
world.
lot of times this will happen to where if I try to move closer to like instrument panel,
As the sunlight is filtered
I'm
through
not-
the atmospheric rim,
I
the
don't
crescent
have
turns
full
the color
6 degrees of
sunset.
motion. So the only thing you can do is to exit out,
As we fall behind the
and of
night
course
side of
it's
the
black
Earth,
screen
we
right
will see
now.
the sun slowly fade.
So
If you are quick,
basically,
you will
I'm
catch
all
a rare
messed up.
glimpse of the unlit moon.
Yeah, if you don't do basically a cliff house in a lot of the programs, you're not going to get the full 6 degrees of motion. So it's almost like you have to do the cliff house. Because there's really no other way around it, because you're not going to get, until you see that cliff house, it's not, the cameras are not going to set themselves right. So it's always going to be messed up. Just telling you how it is. The good thing is that it is working on the Oculus Store. It did not work for Steam. I would get all the stars in the background, and I got my ship, and all that worked fine. But I wasn't getting the renders of landing or the planets. I was just getting the background stars. So I returned it. All right. So I did that reboot.
We are about to embark
And now-
on a fascinating journey around the planet that we call home, Earth.
And the cool
And
thing
it's
is I'm on a
a natural
Samsung Odyssey,
satellite
so
that
I
has
can go
enthralled
outside my
and
ship
captivated mankind
with the
since
sticks.
the beginning of time.
and go right back to where I belong.
Directly ahead is the small
what my
crescent
guy
of the
looks
moon.
like.
To the left you can see the Earth, and to the right you can see the bright sun.
So this is one of the
Let's dim
tours.
the cockpit lights a little to get a clearer view. Remember
What's the
that you have a
sun?
full 360-degree view around the entire ship,
So
and I invite you to look
the
around
sun,
to take
the
as much as
moon,
possible.
and the earth are all polygons.
Presently, we are 180,000 kilometers from
And the
Earth.
background is like a static picture, I guess? I don't know.
We will make a short powered orbit of the Earth before visiting the far side of the moon.
Now there is,
The Earth is seen as a thin crescent. The dark side is completely covered by the Pacific Ocean.
like there's anti-analyzing, oh, what is that? Whoa, 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 what is that?
As the crescent becomes more slender, the predominant feature is the backlit layer of atmosphere.
Huh. Oh, I'm getting glitchiness.
As well as providing the air that we breathe, this atmosphere protects us from the cold and harshness of space.
Wow, I get black screen completely. I can't even see.
Without
Oh, here
this
it is.
atmosphere, the Earth would be a frozen and lifeless world.
That's so weird. I got a black screen for a little while.
As the sunlight is filtered through the atmospheric rim, the crescent turns the color of sunset.
Huh.
As we fall behind the night side of the Earth, we will see the sun slowly fade. If you are quick, you will catch a rare glimpse of the unlit moon just visible within
You
the
know,
glare
on
of
something
the
like
sun.
this, I can really see I love how my breath does that. I can
In
really
the shadow of the
see.
Earth, without the warmth from the sun,
Screen
the
effect.
temperature drops, and we start to feel the
I could
chill.
definitely see the spaces in between the pixels, especially around the edge.
As the Earth
red
goes
edge
completely
of the
dark,
planet.
we can see the vastness of the Pacific Ocean, with the lights of the continents faintly illuminating the fringes.
Now, if they made it to where my
Without the
breath,
intensity
with
of the sun,
with
this
every
is a
like
perfect time to
exhale that
pause,
I did,
look around and contemplate
that would've
just
been
how
a
many
cool
billions
effect.
of stars are all around us.
and I think eventually a
Every
VR
point
game
of
will
light
do
is a
that
star much
with
like
our
our own
breath
sun.
from the microphone on it, be able to sense it, and then
Many
like
of these
the
stars are host to a
coldness.
solar system similar to our own, and some may contain Earth-like planets. Some may contain life.
It doesn't look anything like the Earth.
Back on Earth, you may be able to spot the faint light of Hawaii in the center of the ocean.
There was another program that I did recently called Overview, and on that one, I like the way the planets looked was better, I thought,
In a few moments, we will emerge
and I
out of
felt
the cold
more the
Earth's
sense
shadow.
of scale. I mean, this is cool right here, but it looks like as big as
You will notice the ice on the canopy.
maybe a basketball
This
court,
is formed while we have been out of the sunlight, and now becomes illuminated as we
or
emerge
maybe it's
into
three
light.
houses stacked on top of each other. That's how big it looks. See, I can go outside
We
my
feel
ship
the
right
warmth
now.
of the sun again. This will burn off the ice on our canopy in no time.
See, when I was doing the tour before on Steam VR, I was like, man, this is weird. You know, all I was seeing is background stars, and it was talking about like going around the Earth. But I mean, I was like, damn, man, am I like looking at like something really far?
We can start to make out the blue of the sea, the clouds, and some green land mass.
I like that you're in the ship. I think there's another mode too, where you can do free flight, and you can have other people as passengers, and this will be like a 7-man
Heading
ship.
north over the Indian Ocean, we pass over Sri Lanka and India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran, the Persian Gulf and Saudi
See,
Arabia.
and there's like a weird, like when I'm going closer and further away, like there's a weirdness on the texture out, and it doesn't look, I don't know, how do I say this? Google Maps or Google Earth looks way better than that.
We are now over the Mediterranean Sea, the islands of Greece, the boot of Italy, and the north coast of Africa.
See, I wish Google did a game like this or a program like this. You know, Google's, solar system or Google whatever.
Over mainland Europe, we pass over Spain, France, Germany, United Kingdom, and Scandinavia.
See, it doesn't do you any good to have a higher resolution headset.
Climb altitude and continue
that
west
when I do
over the
that?
Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, okay, I can get like a little bit more
We
detail.
can now see the Caribbean and northern extent
But
of
it doesn't
South
do you
America.
good to have a high resolution headset if you're not going to have high resolution textures.
The United States
And
is
still, the
darkness,
biggest problem
with
I
the East
feel
Coast
is the
just
screen door
waking up.
effect. And you can still tell. Not as bad, but sometimes it's almost worse because you can really see the individual
Note the
pixels.
relatively low population density of Canada to the north.
Like when they announced that $800 price tag, I was just like, this is not worth that kind of an upgrade.
High over the North Pole, we can see the polar ice cap. This is formed from frozen sea ice and grows and retreats through the seasons. Let's leave Earth behind for a while and turn our attention to our moon, currently hidden in the glare of the sun. As the moon passes directly between us and the sun, the intense brightness will be dulled for a moment, allowing us to see the unlit disk of the moon again.
So there's different tours. Let me see. What's next? Navigation of the moon.
As we swing toward the moon,
I
it
want to
should
go to the
become
red
visible as a
giant.
thin crescent
Oh, wait,
over on the left.
wait. That's where I want to go.
There it is, just visible again, and we can see it moving slowly against the backdrop of stars.
Alright, so that is a big problem. Because I can't, the controllers think that by me using the sticks instead of like on a regular Rift, the sticks would actually do something. But on here, it thinks that I'm just moving in and out of the frame like it likes to do with Windows Mixed Reality. So it doesn't know yet on this version of Revive that the sticks should not be implemented with this. So what I would have to do, because I don't have the stick control, and the stick is what normally flies the ship. So free flight is out. Alright, so I know what the throttle is on this stick.
You will have full control of your ship once you are clear
It's
of
the right
the
trigger,
launch
but the
bay.
trigger doesn't want to do anything on this one. Oh, great. It's one of these games where you have to play it okay. That's the triangle, well, not the triangle, but
Enjoy your journey.
B, Y. Y puts you to different seats. So I guess it doesn't work. If you want to play this game with Windows Mixed Reality, you just gotta use the controllers, go to tours, pick your tour, like this one. This is the one I want to see, and load it up. And if you want to, at least this one, on this one you can play it. But until they figure out
Jupiter.
that if I'm playing a
Dangerous
Revive
giant.
game
the fifth
I want
planet
this
from the
thing
Sun,
to act
and the largest planet in the solar system. It is 2.5 times bigger
like an
than all other
Oculus.
planets.
That's the whole point of having the sticks on here, is for this thing to act like an Oculus controller.
As we approach, we can clearly see the brown bands and red spots
What is this
against the
when I bring-
milky
okay.
background, formed by
It's
chemical
like when I bring my
compounds of
hands up,
sulfur
it's
and
like a zoom
ammonia that
feature.
give Jupiter its distinctive look. Although beautiful to look at, Jupiter is surrounded by a deadly layer of radiation that would kill us almost immediately.
Is the clouds moving?
Safe in the protection of
They
our
are moving,
spaceship,
but slowly.
let's take a closer look.
See, this looks almost as big as...
The most noticeable feature
the
as we
Earth
near
did.
the planet is the oval-shaped spot
Oh,
on its
there's a ring
surface.
on it too.
This is the famous Great Red Spot,
I see that ring.
named for its fiery red center.
It's
It could
just a
swallow the
little
Earth 3 times
haze
over.
light.
Visible from Earth, the Great Red Spot is a giant storm capable of swallowing up other storms that it has collided with.
It's about the size of 10 Earths. Right outside rings right now.
Although its magnificence has ebbed and flowed in the 3 centuries it has been observed, it remains today as powerful as ever, with wind speeds regularly reaching over 320 kilometers per hour.
Let's land on it.
Deep below the beautiful, swirling gaseous layers, made up largely of hydrogen and a little helium, is a solid surface
Why
of
does it-
hydrogen, ice, rock and metal.
That's
In the
so
greatest
weird. I
depths,
feel like
the pressure is
there's
1,000
areas that are
times
blocked
greater than
off
on
on
the
my
Earth,
headset.
and would
Like I
crush
can't
our ship
see
immediately.
everything. Like it doesn't go all the way to the outside edges on this program. That is so weird. I don't think you guys are gonna get that on your screen. But it
As
feels
we
like
exit
there's
the
like
orbit of
boxes.
Jupiter, we may just get a fleeting glimpse of the rings that surround
Like
the
it's not
planet.
working at all right with Revive.
Although not as spectacular as its neighboring planet Saturn, these rings of dust, formed from impacting micrometeorites on small moons surrounding Jupiter, are still very impressive, creating a ring over 500,000 kilometers in diameter.
It will work that way.
We leave Jupiter and go on to look at some of its fascinating moons.
I want to land on a moon.
As we approach Io, we can clearly see that it looks a
Io.
hot and fiery place.
Half super hot, half super cold.
The gravitational tug of war between Jupiter and some of its larger moons adds to the intense distortion and volatility of this moon, giving it a pulsating, writhing surface that is spectacular to witness.
That is such a weird thing where like some of the pixels are not showing up. Oh look.
Let's get a look at the darker side
looks
of the moon,
worse when
so
I
we can
blow it
truly
up.
explore and appreciate Io's intense volcanic activity. Despite its scorching appearance, this is actually a moon of contrasts, with temperatures ranging from an icy -140 degrees on the surface to searing volcanic eruptions of 2,000 degrees. There are 400 volcanoes on Io, including
It's just
Loki,
puzzling
so
how they
fierce
could do
that it can
better.
be seen from Earth.
For a tour game on where basically you're just sitting there and you're watching a cool tour, they could do better. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the ultimate space tour. And I know somebody else is
These
gonna
volcanoes
say something in the
have
comments,
sulfur
and
and other particles
you know,
away from the
this was
surface,
somebody else that
creating a
recommended
thin
this.
sulfur
It's not
dioxide
bad.
atmosphere and forming its icy sulfur frost on the surface.
I just wish I could do the free roam. I mean, I can still do the free roam on
particles
my Rift,
emitted into
but
space
I
from
wanted
these
to do it on
eruptions
this.
contribute to an invisible zone that forms around Jupiter, where its immense gravity accelerates these particles to near light speed, producing intense radiation. We leave Io behind and pull away from Jupiter's grip to head towards another moon.
Who, Titan? See, I love stuff like this.
Accelerating
Especially when I
to
can do this.
1/4 the speed of light, we rapidly approach
my
the much
shit.
more distant moon of Ganymede.
We're gonna Ganymede. No propulsion. Should have put something back there.
Although the largest of Jupiter's moons, with a 5,000 kilometers diameter, it has few distinctive features, and less is known about it than some of the others.
Let's go take a real close look. How close can I get to you?
What we can see is that it has dark and light patches. Both have been
I can
formed
get really
from
close. I don't
impacts
think
with
it's supposed to be this
objects.
close.
The darker patches
how to
are all
land.
battle scars that have been covered with dust,
Ooh, it
whilst
does
the
not
light
like
patches
that.
are much fresher war wounds that have yet to heal.
Oh, like that's so weird. It does not like that.
Aside from that, it is a fairly inactive world of little interest to us on this
I can't
journey.
see back to my ship anymore.
We are now heading much further out towards one of Jupiter's mysterious
I think I went too
secrets.
far out. Like I'm stuck out. Like it won't let me look back. Yeah, I definitely broke it. All right, everybody. What do you guys think?
Can
Discovering
you see the deep dark
space.
tracks that cover this planet? These
I
are
thought
known
it
as
was pretty
light
neat.
and are formed from the motion of a vast ocean
Tell
underneath
me
the
what you
icy
guys think.
surface, which
I
falls apart
apologize
fast
that I
ice
was
and
not
erupts with plumes
able
of water.
to get it to run right. But when you're dealing with Revive, it's a hit or miss thing, always. Thank you very much. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed this. If not, don't worry about it. And you guys have a great night. Remember, VR is here to stay. Don't listen to the haters. Companies like HTC will not do good in this business if they don't learn to treat their customers like they're supposed to be treated. And that is a fact. All right? You guys have a great night.